but you won't, 'cause it's a trap. Say you wanna get in, and then you wanna get out. When you get the money to buy yourself a car, so how will you wear your leisure? You zipper back and front on the fence together. Weekends in leather, flip to the right and slip back to the left. For handshakes at the ranch and small talk at the crossroads, driving up to the ladder, sucking on every rung, coming up forever and hanging on. That's entertainment when the cameras roll. Can you face the pavement for a happy dog and pony show? Everybody loves you, baby. Of course they do. Do you miss me? I miss you. Buy this car to drive to work to pay for this car. Buy this car to drive to work to work. Buy this car to drive to work to pay for this car. Buy this car to drive to work to pay for this car. Say you wanna get in and you're gonna get out, but you won't, 'cause it's a trap. Say you wanna get in, and then you wanna get out. When you get the money to buy yourself a car, so how will you wear your leisure? You zipper back and front on the fence together. Weekends in leather, flip to the right and slip back to the left. For handshakes at the ranch and small talk at the crossroads, driving up to the ladder, sucking on every rung, coming up forever and hanging on.
The Yellow Brick Road. This video does not reflect the actual views of real people. These are actors playing a role to entertain audiences. No persons or animals were harmed in the making of this video. Gosh, I love YouTube and I love Google.
Welcome to the Yellow Brick Road. I'm a rational movie observer and critic, and here we have a bona fide pure hater. As you can see our names, my name is Jordan, this is James. We are... I want to see how long I can get away with that.
Fuck, bro.
And no one's watching anyways.
Ah.
So we just watched, we sort of just watched Aquaman in the theater in IMAX.
Yeah, right.
For $20 a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
We're just going to come out and say, this movie is mediocre at best. Streamlined, simple, hero tropes with mixed in genres, pop music here and there, jokes here and there, but nothing great.
It's not horrible. It's not the worst movie I've ever seen. Absolutely not. It's not great.
No,
at all. There's nothing great.
Yeah.
I saw nothing. Look, all this. Oh, what? Like, no, none of that. Nothing. None of that.
Yeah, for me it works like, okay, it's not great. It's not really good. It's not the worst. It leans more towards bad. Right?
Yeah, it's like
right down the middle, but leaning towards bad.
Yeah, it meets a little less than in the middle.
Yeah, and here's the problem. This movie's probably gonna make a shitload of money.
Oh yeah,
and
especially on the
that's gonna convince the studios to continue. Hey Levi. This is gonna get the studios to keep putting this shit out like we've been seeing for years now.
Yeah, it's gonna be. People learn from Transformers. Oh, they made a shit ton of money, especially in the foreign markets. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It was smart to start in China first.
Yeah.
That was a good idea as far as financially. Yeah. But when it comes to filmmaking, you should be able to release it anywhere, and you know it's gonna work.
Yeah.
But
and what's gonna happen when you have when you have a great movie and then also foreigners will love it too? You know, what if Transformers is actually amazing?
Yeah.
Like, why not?
And it could be released anywhere.
Yeah. There you go.
CGI, it's whatever. I mean, for me personally, I don't care so much about how it looks. It's more about the story they're telling. And if your action and the mannerisms of the characters are not telling a story along with the actual worded story, then it's like, fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah, it's like what good is the eye candy without any substance, you know?
Yeah, even simple
substance.
Yeah, even like a simple movie like Die Hard, right? Even those action scenes are saying something about the character, really. Yeah. Right? Like he's this grimy dude that will do whatever to save the day. Yeah. Right? Yeah. It's like, he's always shot. Yeah. Like in the first one, I guess he has his like feet wrapped and shit, stepping on glass, all this weird shit. You can see how grimy the character is. Yeah. They're telling you a story with the actual visuals of what's going on. So when you hear people calling this movie like a visual masterpiece, it's like, no.
Was it?
No.
No.
Yeah, me personally, I prefer, I like practical effects over the computer shit.
Oh yeah, I like that. I admire it. I really do. I mean, there's some things like probably like you can't help, you know.
Oh yeah.
Like, but listen, we're gonna have this big nuclear bomb that's gonna go off in the ocean, and then we're gonna have this tidal wave, and everybody, we can only do this once, okay? Spend my life savings on this bomb. Jason Momoa, are you ready? Oh. Yeah, I'm ready to go. All right, now go. It's like, huh?
The thing with Aquaman, I understand because it's underwater, but you know, for other films, we're seeing this as a theme with the CGI monster things and CGI battles,
characters. Like a majority but that's what it seems like. Yeah, you know, rather than just somewhat. All right, we're gonna create this right here.
Yeah. But yeah, I understand with Aquaman, it's under fucking water.
Yeah, it's like Star Wars. It's like
you gotta have the CGI there. Yeah. But I think they overdid it. There's too many weird animals and monsters fighting each other.
Yeah.
I forgot to say this is spoiler free.
Oh, they already saw in the trailer.
Did I say it? Yeah.
This is spoiler free.
I didn't think I was spoiling anything. I just remembered to not spoil anything.
This is what I mean, though. Like especially when you hear early reviews about it. Oh, it's fantastic. The visuals are a masterpiece. That should be a fucking red flag.
To some, yeah.
That's not what I saw. That's
what the mainstream critics, the semi-mainstream critics, the comic book guys, the guys that go to all the superhero movies, those guys didn't hear much mention about the story, but heard a lot about how it looked.
Yeah, that's a red flag to me. That's like, what? That's all you guys are going to talk about? Yeah. And based off what I saw,
and we got what we expected.
Yeah. Like, I'm the same. And for me, it's like I don't really care that much about it. Like, I'll forgive some like mistakes with CGI as long as the story is amazing. As long as it's great. You know, like with Star Wars, there was some shit in CGI I didn't like. I'm like, that's kind of tacky. I don't like this and that. But it's like, I'll forgive it because, you know. No, that's if it's my bad. That's if the story was good. You know what I mean?
Oh, this story. I'm trying to find a way to call it a story because it's something that seems like it's been done so many times that it's almost like, how can I call that a story?
Yeah.
Like, how can I say there was effort put in to tell you something?
Yeah. When
really I've just seen this all before.
Yeah. It's like some of a stereotypical. How can I say this without?
What you're gonna see is, this isn't spoiling anything, but you're gonna see the modest hero. I don't want this responsibility. I don't really want this.
Yeah.
But you're the one. I don't want this. And then they rise to the occasion and become the guy.
Yeah.
We all seen the trailers. We know what's gonna fucking happen.
You're the king. It's your destiny.
Right. We know they're not gonna kill Aquaman in this movie. Come on. But
it's stereotypical. It's I can't say I didn't see this coming type of thing. You know.
That's why you need those other elements.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the story gets just like killed.
It's like with Batman, right? It's like we know Batman's not gonna die. So what else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Well, the thing I'm gonna put in this story is something that transcends the movie itself. So that way, it's more than just a Batman movie.
Yeah.
It's an all-time great movie.
There's a hidden story within the normal hero story.
Yeah.
Right? The origin, and then become the guy.
Yeah.
And then you beat the bad guy.
Yeah.
In between that story, there was something else going on that Nolan showed very well in all three movies. The first two, better, but...
Yeah. Even so.
It was still in there in the third one. There was still an attempt.
That third one is hands down better than any of these like recent Marvel or DC movies I've 100%. Seen. So you see how this one wasn't as good as the other two? But it's still absolutely absolutely like in my opinion, it's like these movies don't even come close to this. They don't.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah. I mean, they even Nolan like brightened it up a bit for The Dark Knight Rises. Yeah. All right, so we have our grades.
I don't remember.
Don't worry, I'll show it. You want to go first or me?
You're probably gonna bully me, so I'll go first.
You'll go first?
Yeah.
And James's pick. Score. Yeah. 6 out of 10. Fuck. Why'd you give it a 6 out of 10?
Well, again, it's like kind of some of the stereotypical like hero, but there's not much depth behind it. You know, everything else as far as like amazing shots and everything. It's like, well, it's like what was so like amazing, like as far as amazing about the visuals, what? Unless there's a lack of content there that I have to put there. So again, that's like mental gymnastics to create something out of nothing,
Yeah.
Oh, the acting was... I didn't see any horrible acting. But again, the story to me was just shit, It's like, this is it, guys? The best you come up with? Mm-hmm. Water? There's so much shit you could do with water. Come on, even simple shit, Simple ideas.
Yeah.
Simple. Nope, nothing there. Like, okay. Okay. The acting wasn't, horrible again. So that's why I was like, okay, you know, the acting doesn't have to be like fucking, oh my god, amazing. Like, imagine like a not the greatest movie, but someone did such a great job of acting, they win an award. I'll forgive mediocre acting as long as everything else builds around it. The story, not only the story, everything that the story's trying to transcend the movie itself, as far as, you know, underlying message or things that, you know, either it's right out in front of your face or it's, again, you have to look for that. Like, can you guys find this thing I put in the movie?
Yeah.
That alone can make up for like a mediocre acting. But I didn't see mediocre acting, not really. There was only a couple parts where I thought it was just really corny, and that's just the cheesy one-liners and the attempted comedic things. And those are okay as long as everything else, you know, is there. Mm-hmm. But I didn't see that.
Okay.
It's literally, so it's tough because for me it's like, well, I expect it to look good enough, you know. It's not 1930 or 1952 where everything's like black and white and, well, our cameras can't do that today.
You can see the strings on the ships.
Really? Yeah. Yeah. That's what I mean, though. So that's why I'm like, but you have to give points to CGI. It's like, not really.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not the worst one. Then everything else, it just basically this is like a live action cartoon series being played out with people in it. Yeah. That's what it's like. It's like I could put cartoon characters in here. It's like it's like a cartoon with people in it. That's what it feels like.
Yeah. Fair enough.
It's like this. Like if this was like 9, and this is like fucking like 2 or 1, it's like there.
Okay.
You know? That's why I didn't give like a 6.5 or anything.
Granted, that makes absolutely no sense.
What?
Because, I don't know.
What? Say it.
This is 9, this is 2.
Yeah. That's like 0, 2, 9. This is like a 10. That's like right in the middle.
That would be That would be a 5. So when you go below it, that would make it 4 point something. I'm just saying, mathematically, that made no sense.
I thought I did this.
Yeah. If this is a 10, this is a 0, this is a 5. If you go this way, you're below a 5. If you go this way, you're above a 5.
Yeah, my bad. Just trying to make a point.
OCD.
What is it?
So it's just baseline, mediocre.
I don't want to say it's bad, because it wasn't.
Is this your first and last time seeing this movie? Or will you go out of your way to see it again?
Oh.
That's usually a good test. There's something I missed in this. I should go back and watch it. I mean, in a positive direction, too.
Oh, no, I'm good.
That's usually a good litmus test there.
I don't want to go see this shit again.
All right. Time for the prime, supreme intellect, supreme genius, and full understanding of movies and how they work.
But you misspelled your name.
Jordan.
But you misspelled your name.
My score is a... Not there. Where's my score?
Look at that.
Oh, there it is. A 6.7. Now, here's the thing. You have to have a story, a legit, well-written, credible. It doesn't have to make the most sense, right? We're talking about superheroes here. But it has to make sense in the sense of what makes great art versus bad art. Right? It has to fit within that rubric, no matter what genre it is. It doesn't have to shock me logically. It doesn't have to be like, oh, this lines up with this lines up with this. It has to have a presence, a standard that can hold up if I took this out of the superhero thing. If I put it next to a drama, it should be able to stand next to it. And this movie does not do that. It's mediocre story. I would say even non-story, right? It's been overused so many times. This particular type of story, it's been overused so many times that it's almost like a non-story to me. I've seen it too many times. That thing penetrates all the other aspects of looking at a film. Look at it. If you have a poor story, but you have great acting, the acting suffers. You have a poor story, but it looks great. The looks suffer because now I'm just, am I even paying attention to the movie, or am I just looking at shiny lights and shit like that?
That's eye candy.
Or fish doing backflips. Yeah. So you gotta have a solid story there. Without that, everything else falls down. Now, if I look at it on its own, in a more strict way, with let's say acting, everyone did fine. Nicole Kidman stood out as the best actor, but she's not in the movie that long.
Wouldn't really count it.
Yeah, but you can clearly see she can hit ranges that the other guys were not doing. I'm sure William Dafoe could do it, but he just didn't have that character. But she had, like, okay, this is a sad moment. I can see that here. So everyone else was just like, oh, you did good enough. You just didn't have anything to work with, really. As far as aesthetics, like the cinematography and the looks of it, once again, it's without a story there, these action scenes mean very little to me, right? I've seen the good guy fight the bad guy a million times. Okay, they're using tridents now. It's like, okay, that's the difference. Oh, they're doing it underwater. Okay, I get it. Oh, there's fish fighting fish. Got it. So without that story, that makes me think, okay, the tridents mean something. The fucking creatures underwater mean something. The fact that they're underwater means something. If that's not there, then it's just the same old shit I've been seeing in all these other superhero extravaganzas.
There's so many, like, little to no symbolism whatsoever. That's another thing. Like, if I'm trying to say something more, symbolism.
Yeah.
Water.
The score. Dog shit.
I forgot about
That's the worst thing. That's the worst thing about this movie.
Stereotypical, corny ass.
It's not stereotypical.
Oh yeah,
it's trying to go outside the box.
Not what I saw.
There's certain scenes that cut to like pop music, cuts through like with pop music and shit like that. That's
I don't mean that. Characters start talking. Moments that they have.
Okay.
That's stereotypical, straight up.
But everything else was like the little like in between the movie scenes. You know what I mean?
That's them trying to go. Oh, we're pop culture, you see.
Little, pop songs coming through.
Yeah. It's
like, what? That seems like an experiment more than this is the direction we should go. The theme song from the trailer was not in this movie. I don't think. I don't think that was in here at all.
We got a whack ass version of Darth Vader.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I might.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. I might. Yeah. That's the only thing I might spoil a little bit. Yeah. It's like when the bad guy's like, say Amy.
Just say the song.
Just fucking do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just say, Amy, I'm leaving you now.
Amy, I'm leaving you now.
That's what it was like. Or he's peering in, like he's like the guy's somewhat pleased.
Yeah.
And then something bad happens.
Oh shit! I forgot. I forgot. All the acting was mediocre, with Nicole Kidman being the best in my opinion, even though she's not in it that long.
Oh, it's tough to count that.
But the Black Manta guy, I forgot to mention him being a step lower than everyone else.
Yeah, that shit's garbage. That was garbage.
He's the worst character, and I think the worst acted out of everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think if they had all the characters in place, the characters were fine, other than Black Manta.
Oh, he looked corny too.
Other than him.
Yeah.
But the rest of the characters were fine.
Yeah.
If they just had a fucking story to work with rather than a visual spectacular thingy.
Like I wouldn't be upset. Like I'd be like, all right, it was great, but he still looked corny. Like, yeah. No, this shit was ass, and he looked corny.
Yeah.
So that's just.
So, in time, like this usually happens, IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, sites like that, they'll usually start out with a decently high grade, and then over time it starts going down and down and down. like Wonder Woman would. Rotten Tomatoes is different. Rotten Tomatoes is for pop culture purposes.
Oh, fuck Rotten Tomatoes, man.
They're not for movie critic purposes. Other than you have to read all the fucking critic responses. That's the only way to get like a real sense of the movie. But IMDb is somewhat legit by my standards. And they're starting out at a 7.8 right now, which is very low considering a blockbuster movie. Rotten Tomatoes is starting out as like a 68%.
What did Black Panther start off on IMDb? That's what it's called, IMDb?
Yeah.
Yeah, what was that, like a 9?
No. That's probably 8 something.
8.7?
8 something. And now they're probably down to like 7.5-ish. 7.5 range. So I think it usually balances out. Once the main audience gets to see the fucking movie, and they're like, oh, these guys are lying to us, these critics. And they get to input their own actual thing. That's when the scores start lowering.
This is,
Aquaman's gonna... When it comes to Rotten Tomatoes, that shit's gonna fucking sink. To like in the 50s possibly.
Have you seen the Spider-Man movie, Homecoming?
Sort of.
Sort of?
I was watching it but didn't really pay attention.
Right.
I was like, this is boring.
Right.
Straight up.
That in this movie, they're like... Them two was the worst like superhero movies I've seen in a while.
Aquaman's way better than Homecoming. Not way better, but better.
I said this, that Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, Aquaman's better.
Putting them together.
Aquaman's better than Spider-Man. Black Panther's better than Aquaman.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman's better than Black Panther. And Infinity War is like a tick above Wonder Woman. And of all these newer movies, well, you got the Avengers movies and the first Avengers.
I'd see that one.
You got Captain America, Civil War, and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Those three stand out as in, okay, we're going pure superhero. We're not trying to really say anything. Those would be the top-notch movies, which would probably go to around like a 7.8, 7.9 range. Just because they don't have other elements, right? Tony Stark crying about his parents is not depth to me.
No,
it's been done 8 trillion times in dramas.
Look, this is deep storytelling. Watch this. His parents die. Like, what else?
Yeah.
Like, is there a message you're trying to tell me?
There should be more to that.
It's like, all you're doing is teaching a psychopath how to feel. It's like, okay, be sad when people die. What else? Be angry when things don't away. Want them to.
Yeah. There's
good guys smile. It's like.
Okay, so that's gonna be the end of our review part. Now it's time to rant. This is what I really want to say. This almost embodies, if this movie gets a high grade, as far as from the general audience, like Black Panther did, like Black Panther I sort of understand, but like Wonder Woman did, as far as like in the Rotten Tomatoes world of 90% awesome, whatever the fuck it means. We have a problem then. We're gonna keep getting these, what are they called? Assembly line fucking movies of repeated tropes, not much depth. Only thing changing is the characters, the names of the characters, and what their powers are, which will dictate where the rest of the fucking movie goes.
I want to see how long I can. Well, yeah, it's like, they like this. Let's keep pumping them out. It's like Venom.
Yeah.
I did not watch the whole thing. I got to watch bits and pieces on YouTube. They're there. So I'm like, holy fuck, is this shit?
Yeah.
This is garbage.
Yeah.
And guess what? How much money that shit made?
900 million plus.
Yeah, it's what the
I think.
Fuck?
Yeah.
That's insane.
A lot of it from China.
That's insane.
Yeah.
They're gonna keep pumping that out.
Yeah.
Until someone's
These guys
like,
read dollar signs, man.
Yeah.
Until you strike gold.
Yeah.
When you get a random director, he's like, "This is my first big movie." Like, I need to find the best screenwriter I can possibly.
Yeah.
And then they put out a fucking brilliant fucking superhero film, and they're like, "Oh shit, now that's the standard now."
Yeah.
Just like the Dark Knight era, where that became the standard.
Yeah.
And there was nothing in reach.
Yeah, nothing close.
Even contesting with that. There's no competition for those movies.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah. As far as in the superhero genre, there's nothing competing with that.
Even with good movies by itself, that movie stands alone too.
Yeah.
Like, why not aim for that? That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. These shits are mediocre. It's like,
yeah.
If I could, like, look, I can name you a romantic comedy that's way better than all these superhero movies right here.
Oh yeah.
DCEU and Marvel Universe. It's like,
and that's the bigger portion of what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
There's
not that they're bad. It's just, you know, like, aim for the fucking best. Like, try to, even if there's nothing there, you know?
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man, like, what can you do? There's no archetype there or whatever the fuck. It's like, make something out of it. Do something. Spiders. Fucking do something.
Yeah. For people who don't understand the importance of film, you don't understand what you're actually consuming there. It's a dinner table when you watch a movie. Mm. You are consuming nutrients and calories and all that shit.
Macronutrients.
What?
Macronutrients.
Yes, and macronutrients.
That's what it is.
Are you satisfied now? Pause.
You're just deficient. It's apparent.
Point is, there's a reflective thing going on from each individual to each individual. It's almost like a superpower on its own with film. It can be. But you have to be perceptive to it. Mm. Now, if you're conditioned by the constant Marvel and DC extravaganza movies, you might not be receptive of this thing that could happen in movies. You might miss out on it.
Yeah.
And they might be trying to say something to the core of a person, trying to say something very important. And what's the point without the audience there to be like, oh, I feel that way too, or shit, that's interesting. Let me look into that after I leave the movie fucking theater, right?
Again, underlying message and how like certain things can transcend the film itself. Where it's Batman,
yeah,
right? Oh, it's a Batman movie. It's like, it's more than that.
I remember the movie where that happened to me. It was The Dark Knight, and it was like, oh shit, they're trying to say something in this movie. I didn't realize movies were trying to say things. I went back to other movies, like, this Matrix thing, right? I went to IMDb and looked at their top 250 movies. Like, there's plenty of gangster movies. Why is Godfather up here? There's plenty of, jail movies with, weird story. Why is Shawshank Redemption up here? Why is The Dark Knight? There's plenty of superhero movies. Why is The Dark Knight up here? Like, why are these movies up here? And you look into it, like, oh, there's something, little quiet things here that even people may not even see. They may only see it in their subconscious, right? There's just something about the movie that deep down they're like, shit, there's something here. There's a reason why I like this movie. I don't even know what it is. They're just into the movie. Like the Dark Knight film, I think a lot of people were into that shit without realizing why they were into that shit. I mean, obviously the story was very good, but it was like hints of the underlying story was present in the blatantly visible story, right? People still don't know what the fuck the Joker is in that film.
Oh.
Some people say he's just crazy. Some people say he just wants to do chaos, or he's just a crazy criminal, things like that. And it's like, fuck. You still have to debate this, don't you? There's like something there that's drawing something internal.
I give a little more leeway to people that are trying to explain it but don't really have, like, I would say, the vocabulary.
Well, I'd say, like, some people might be just straight up, antagonistic about it. Just like, It's like, oh, then you're not really watching the movie. If you're not seeing these things to tell the difference between an Aquaman and a Dark Knight, if you can't see those things, then you weren't really watching the movies in the first place.
Oh,
you probably never watched a movie.
There's watching it,
real.
then there's like, are you watching, listening, or
Yeah.
are you just literally going like this?
Yeah, we might end up just
Like,
relying on nostalgia as the
like,
grading system.
You walked in there you already walked in there with the attitude that this is going to be amazing. This is already good. It's already good.
And you can get sucked into the clamoring of the people around you.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this is great. I had a great time at the theater. That means the movie's good.
Like, no.
And if you watch our video on Stan Lee, that almost explains it perfectly. We were explaining how important these stories are. Right? P. Finney. In the beige night. How dare you?
The beige.
But yeah, in our Stan Lee video, in a response to Bill Maher, we're talking about how important these stories can be.
Yeah.
And I would say are, as far as a way for a hero archetype to be expressed without joining the military or becoming a fireman or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, in your mind, you can experience the hero archetype. That's
another form of art.
So
if someone wants to express it, then yeah.
So people in the movie theaters just, no matter what the fuck's in front of them, as long as there's cool visuals and the CGI looks okay,
yeah,
you are proving Bill Maher's point.
Yeah. It's like when I was watching Black Panther. When we went to see it.
Yeah.
We were like, like, yeah. It's like, how come we were it seemed like we were the only ones going like certain moments and going like laughing at stupid shit that was supposed to be like meaningful.
What are those?
Yeah, it's like,
not that one, but
no, you know what I mean though.
Well,
it's like this is what's supposed to be meaningful.
I saw the trailers of Black Panther. I'm like, I can see the elements being played out in front of me. I'm like, here's the elements that you need to create a good superhero.
Yeah.
You have the king archetype.
Yeah.
The champion archetype. And what was the third one? King, champion, and just the man, I guess, archetype.
Well, I was going to say, you have the guy who's already the hero.
Yeah.
But you're going to witness the journey from him being a hero, becoming the champion.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought I was going to see in that scene with the tree of his ancestors or whatever the fuck. And I did not see that even a little bit.
Yeah. I mean...
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. That's what I should see.
Yeah.
With Batman Begins, I saw, okay, you're the hero here. Now you're the you're becoming the champion. I can see it.
But there's also archetypal things there.
Well, yeah,
right?
There's much more. Well, that's what I'm saying.
There's the boy to the man element.
Yeah.
There's the hero to the champion element.
Yeah.
And then there's the king part, but I'd call that like metaphysical, something spiritual, some sort of spiritual growth that happens in the film. You must become an idea or something, whatever he says.
Yeah. Well, it's more.
What does that mean? Like, what does that mean when a viewer hears that? You must become an idea. Yeah. Like, I thought you need to just train hard and get muscles, get some bad equipment, and then you're Batman.
That's what Ben Affleck did. You saw him. He's like he saw 8 9/11s happen. He's like, I gotta do squats. Bench press.
Yeah.
By the way, when you do squats, don't rack it. Just drop it. If the falls down, do some pulls. With chains. Yeah. Do some fucking what do you call it? Sleds. Just like you're ready. You did it.
Yeah.
Now go kill people.
Yeah. There's no lesson there. There was
nothing. Just a whole lot of nothing. Which is what I saw with this movie. A whole lot of nothing.
I mean, did you guys not see the element of fear that Bruce had to overcome in Batman Begins, right?
Yeah.
He's afraid of bats.
Yeah.
He adopts the persona, and he's still battling fear throughout the movie. That's one of the constants he has to battle.
Well, with the bats, it's up until he's in the cave and he indulges finally.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
sorta. Oh yeah, okay, with the bats, sure. But fear in general, his enemy, his actual villain in the Batman Begins movie was fear.
Yeah.
They think it's a scarecrow, or they think it's Ra's al Ghul, or whatever his name is.
No, you could see it. Like, that's what's
fear was his actual.
That's what's out in the open, though.
Yeah.
He's prison with the gas. He's like, fuck.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he's not afraid of the scarecrow. Fear.
Fear itself was.
Like, that's what's out in the open.
Was
like,
his
see
villain.
this? It's here for you. Right. See that? It's right here.
Yeah.
Right, there you go.
What does he do to overcome? He adopts his fear.
Yeah, what does he say?
Now the bats are mine.
What does he say when he throws the bat shuriken?
I want my enemies to feel my pain or something.
Like dread, yeah.
Yeah.
Throws it.
Yeah.
Like, look at that.
It's
right
like,
there.
oh, I'll become fear.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
Yeah.
And then it plays itself in the third movie, right? Like, what do they tell him? He has to be afraid to die in order to make that leap.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, you can see the elements all playing with each other throughout the three movies.
Well, it's like the man with no fear versus the man with fear because he has something to lose.
Yeah.
And probably losing that, whatever he's afraid to lose, is something that's near and dear. Like, oh, I have to survive so I can do this.
Yeah.
Versus, I'm afraid of nothing. Like, that guy's going to have that one extra push. That one extra fucking, like, jolt.
Yeah.
You know? Like, versus, I'm benching, versus, oh, it's heavy. I gotta get up. Versus, I gotta fucking get up. Ah! Like,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
The will to live, yeah.
Yeah. The will to act. See, it's like one big movie. You know, it really is just one big movie. But nonetheless, none of that was here. I didn't see it.
And we can't do spoilers, but there wouldn't. If we were talking about these type of film elements, we wouldn't be able to talk about it because there wasn't really much.
Look, come on, look. You have the hero, first of all. Okay. You have water, the sea, the ocean.
Let's go there for a second. What is it? 42 times?
Yeah.
What were like elements you saw that the filmmakers could have did something with?
All right, let's count it. Ready?
And you don't even have to say from this movie. You could just say the Aquaman character.
Let's count it. Let's count it. From what I know, and from the movie, because, right?
Yeah.
First of all, his name, Arthur.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
You're supposed to, he is in line to be the king of Atlantis. Aquaman.
Mm-hmm.
The trident. The weapon. What do you think that means? Water. Right?
Yeah.
What else? Reclaiming the throne. A bastard son, huh? As they call him, a half-breed, an outsider.
Yeah.
Somewhere of a rebel. You see him becoming a hero. A hero.
Yeah.
An archetype. This, I could keep going here.
Yeah, there's...
When I say ocean, I'm being a little bit broad, you know, because there's so many things with the ocean. There's, like, when I talk about water and flowing, how the fuck do you think that can play in as well? You know, as well as when I say becoming the hero. There's so many things with that did not happen. It's just, oh, here he is. Here we go. He's already there.
I think there are particular elements in film in general that could...
I didn't explain that well, but yeah, that's what I meant. You know what I mean?
There's particular elements in film and in mythology that could easily be used with the Aquaman character. Mm-hmm. Like I've said before, like I would struggle with Spider-Man. Like I'd have to figure something out because he's just a kid that got bit by a spider.
Well, think like this. At the end of the day, someone name an archetype.
An archetype
of like a hero, like Spider-Man. Spiders. I don't know. So name one.
You can say like a sun archetype with Superman.
Okay.
Right. He's like the sun living on Earth.
Yeah.
The sun that came to Earth.
I'm saying someone
get my power from
someone
the sun.
Can create something with that guy.
Yeah, for sure. I'm saying that's a little more difficult.
Well, again,
for me,
with Batman, it's tough because like a lot of shit was already there.
Well, here's the thing: you can go archetypally, but you also have to keep the character. So when I think of Spider, I think of something menacing, not a, oh, I'm Peter Parker.
Well, yeah.
Catch you later.
Like, yeah, I know.
So you got to keep some sort of...
I'm a teenager, yeah.
You got to keep some of the source material.
Yeah.
With Aquaman, all right, here's the thing with heroes in film that I see. Certain elements that should be there. Your weapon should be a symbol of your words, right? That's biblical too.
I was about to say, yeah.
That's what his words should be defending him, and they should be symbolized into the weapon, so that when they do have an action scene, it's almost like a war of words. You'll add little dialogue here and there, but you may be able, maybe even to get away with not having any dialogue during the action scene. If you explain all of it beforehand,
yeah.
If you explain the value of the weapon, which is the value of his word, right? He's a hero. How is he a hero, right? In action and in message.
Sure.
So if his message is right there in the fucking trident,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And then let's say he upgrades to a higher moral idea by getting the golden fucking trident.
Yeah, something higher. Yeah.
Right? Something that symbolizes that, where his words get him the weapon.
Yeah.
Water, that's clearly like a symbol of like subconscious or the mind, the vastness of someone's mind, right? How many thoughts are you having a day? There's so many fucking things going on. You could have used that archetype, as in Arthur has to learn how to think clearly, or using something like that with the mind.
Well, again, I said, like, let's say he's learning.
Yeah,
you can clearly see in the trailers.
Yeah.
Like, oh, someone's training him. Perfect time. Like, hey, can you flow? You know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Do you not turn on the switch?
Yeah. Somewhere
Are you
where
in the zone? That's what I mean.
Yeah, somewhere where you're amongst chaos and you're ordering it. That's what the hero archetype would do underwater.
Again, this is what I mean though. What's that movie?
Whiplash.
That's
yeah.
At first, it's just It's almost, you can imagine that movie, Whiplash. You can imagine a surfer. Surfer's trying to ride this wave, just keeps crashing.
Yeah.
Till he manages to, again, woo, right? I can flow now. I'm at ease here, but I'm also vicious at the same time. He changes with the fucking tide, with the wave.
Yeah.
And at the end, when it goes, he goes.
Yeah,
right with it.
It's ordering the chaos.
That's what I mean. It's like, oh, I'm in control here.
Yeah.
There's so much shit.
You also have, I don't know if they'd allow this with their...
I gotta work on it.
With their super guy, with their biggest hero, Superman. I don't know if they'd get away with this, but he should also be like the sun archetype under the water. Superman runs above the water. But Aquaman is the guy in the sea. So if you had some sort of scene or something like that that shows that Aquaman can better Superman underneath the water, that'd be beautiful. To show that that'd be part of showing that he's a sun archetype.
But here's the part, right?
Also, some sort of death has to happen in order for him to step out as the guy. They tried something like that in the film. I'm not going to say what it is because of spoilers.
But and let's
just say he goes from normal attire to a golden suit.
It's not. Now, in the comics, it has been gold. Other times it's been orange. That's fucking orange.
It's gold.
No, it ain't, dude.
It's gold.
No, it ain't.
It's gold.
It ain't gold.
It's gold.
You're gold.
See, what he's not computing is that there's water, they're underwater, there's all these things happening that makes the suit look orange. When really it's fucking gold.
So when he was on land?
Yeah, that too.
It was still orange?
No.
Okay.
It's gold. Maybe a dingy gold, but it's still gold. But nonetheless,
might as well be blue.
There's your sun archetype, right? That's why you order. That's why you use the mental thing, the mental games to stabilize the underwater experience, the chaos of the subconscious. You order it, and that's how the sun archetype is born. But a death needs to happen first.
It's like the Shapiro face. Like, you can't do it. Yeah.
Also, the son archetype could be like a romance, but that could work too. But I don't know how well.
The other thing was this too.
She seemed like almost like a throwaway type of thing. Where it's
she's
like,
just here.
All right, we know you're gonna be with her.
Yeah.
I mean, she, I guess, played a role in the plot and shit and figuring things out, but you know,
it's like this. It's like, remember the Lion King, the female lion. So this is her role. But you're the king. It's your job. You're next in line. Help us. Like, it's like nearly identical. That's what it felt like. I'm like, I've seen this before.
And they could just play certain music when those two are around each other in like a semi-intimate moment, and the music plays, and it's like, okay, we know what's gonna happen here.
Yeah. It's not like she's gonna kick him in the balls and turn heel and DDT him or anything like that.
Yeah. It's not like...
You fell for it, Darth. You fell for it.
It's not like Trinity in the Matrix where we basically had no clue. Where we basically had like no clue until... we had sort of a clue, but not really. In the beginning, when Cypher's like, you like him, don't you? You like watching him.
Yeah.
And, you know, she sort of brushes it off or whatever. But there's no like...
That's a fucking clue, son.
Yeah, there's no like heavy indication that it's her. Her words in a certain moment are going to snap him out of it and turn him... make him realize he's the one. Instead of this movie, they're just telling you
straight up.
You have to find the trident because you're the chosen one.
Yeah.
It's like it's a little watered down.
It's like no trials, nothing.
Yeah.
No trials to figure out whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no rite of passage. There's no trials. It's just a whole bunch of shit.
That's a big problem missing from an semi-origin superhero movie. Yeah. I say semi because the Justice League came out and he was in there. But from a origin or semi-origin movie, the hero's journey, like that should be a heavy emphasis.
That wasn't here. That wasn't here. It was a poor explanation or example that was given of a hero. It's poor.
It's like, I protect people. Why do you want to protect people?
It's like, why? Why any of this shit? Why? Why do you give a fuck? Why?
Yeah.
Why? What's going on?
Yeah.
What irks you to get out of bed? What's going on? You know? I got none of that. Nothing.
Yeah.
Right? With Batman, it was...
In Justice League.
This doesn't happen ever again.
Yeah.
Well, so I can prevent shit like this from happening.
Maybe there's like a line in Justice League, you know, where Wonder Woman throws the lasso of truth around him, and he doesn't really... That was actually very funny. She throws the lasso of truth around like his leg or something. Yeah. He doesn't know it's there. Yeah. So he starts saying shit that he doesn't mean to say. It's like the full truth.
Like what?
I forgot what he says, but that might have some sort of role. But you need more than a line or two from a completely different movie to make up for that whole hero journey thing.
Yeah.
But that was awesome in that movie. That's fucking hilarious.
But yeah. Then what good is like? Okay, there's no real hero's journey story here.
There is in the basic script writing sense of it.
Yeah,
but not
you're
in
supposed
the
to like
in the full sense that Joseph Campbell meant by it. I think
it's incomplete.
I don't think it was Joseph Campbell's version. I think it was I went to school and studied screenwriting version.
It's an incomplete thing. That's why I viewed it as. Like, it's not complete. You didn't add any of these things here. He's supposed to know.
There's elements there.
He's supposed to know that he is this.
Yeah.
I am the king, and the king means this.
Well, yes, and first just to know why he's protecting people in the first place.
Well, he's the hero.
Yeah.
He has to become the hero. And then...
And you need more.
And then he can say he's the king. And that comes with knowing that you're the hero. Which means you're a champion.
Yeah. I mean, in the trailers, you can see that he was being trained.
Yeah.
Right? But there's no heavy element of the hero's journey there.
No.
Right? Is all his ambitions to help people strictly coming from just this guy?
Yeah.
This guy just telling you have to protect people.
Yeah.
Just because. It's like you need more than that.
So with Bruce Wayne was training with I can't remember his name in the movie specifically. Basically, with Ra's al Ghul, he's training with him.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, the will to act. You see.
Yeah.
Swordplay and other shit too, as he explained to him.
Yeah.
He's explaining, are you gonna have the will to act? Did your father have the will to act? Did he?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, he had a gun. Like, will that stop you? Huh?
Yeah, he's like breaking him down.
Yeah. So it's basically, in a way, it's like, oh, well, I can beat people up. I'm like, yeah, but chop you down and we're gonna see what you're really made of. It's like, you ever see a lunchroom brawl where it's like, you've seen them, right? Or street fights, whatever. So you'll see guys like when they get desperate, shit, they'll just swing and shit. And someone who knows what they're doing will just step back, maybe parry, then counter. Even if it's not the greatest, it's like expose you until you just collapse, and that's what happened to him. He's like, yield. He's like, oh, you haven't won yet.
There has to be a test of the body and the mind.
Even that too. When he's sunk in the ice.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you haven't beaten me. You give him up your like footing for a killing stroke or something. Like hits the ice, just falls through.
Yeah.
It's like.
Yeah, and even that he didn't quite understand Bruce either. Right?
No, not even.
Because Bruce would never be in the killing position.
No, but here's the thing too. His role was supposed to be. He doesn't have to be the hero or the champion. You know. His role is basically the devil's advocate.
Yeah.
It's, hey, what are you gonna do if this happens? What are you gonna do?
He's teaching him elements that go beyond the criminal mind. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
First, Bruce was in like prisons and shit and wherever in Asia, learning small lessons, just living a poor life like that. And then there's the advanced class. Yeah. And that's what Ra's al Ghul was for him.
Yeah. So even in the end where it's like, well, in the end of that portion of the story where it's like, this guy's a criminal, gotta kill him. He's like,
I'm not an executioner. And
then that's where he's like, shh. Like you just transcended that part. See, this isn't justice. It's like there's definition of justice and his definition of justice, two different things, like night and day. That's what that represents.
It's sort of like someone teaching. Sort of like Ra's al Ghul's teaching Bruce, like in a way. It's obviously not direct in the movie. No. This might just be my own little metaphor.
Well, it's partially.
I didn't say it yet. It might just be my little metaphor of one guy telling another guy, you got to be yourself. You got to be yourself. Every lesson's about you got to be yourself. You got to be yourself. And then they get to the end and it's like, now you got to kill this guy. He's like, spent all this time teaching me or that I should be myself. That's what I'm going to do now.
The thing I was going to say was even if someone's like saying, hey, you got to do the right thing. You got to do what's right. You got to do what's right. All right, I'll kill him. It's like, what?
That's basically the same thing.
This is what the champion will do. The champion's going to see that. It's like, well, I'm still going to do what's right. Yeah. Even if our definition of what the good thing is to do here is different.
It's called discernment. When I realize something is right, no matter who's saying the fucking words, right?
Yeah.
The words are clearly coming from a villain, but it doesn't matter if the words are correct. Like, oh, I'll take this, but this part I'll throw away. It's sifting through good and bad ideas. It's accepting the good and throwing away the bad. Where was that in Aquaman?
The reason I fucking went on a little trip down this like memory lane or whatever, like explanation of this movie, because that has a shit ton of it. This has little, if none.
We could have kept going with this shit.
Yeah, none. I didn't see it.
I forgot to check if the mic was even on.
Yeah,
but I realized people can hear us.
Yeah, there's none.
Yeah.
The villains didn't really hold a specific role or a type of role that's going to elevate the hero, or at least tell something, tell a specific part of the story where it's, see, this is what happens when someone doesn't choose that role of the hero or the path of the champion. None of that.
Yeah.
None. I just got corny, stereotypical villain behavior and hero behavior and wisecracking, and that's what I got. That's what I got. It's not great. This movie isn't great.
Yeah.
And I may not be the best putting it in words, but I can definitely see it. Anybody that gives this a 9, anything above an 8.9 has no clue.
Anything above a 7.5 for me.
Well, I'm talking about an extreme. Like, you think this is a 9?
Anything above a 7.8, 7.9, you're tripping. Yeah. And your scale is way off. Yeah.
Or you're
where did the greatest movies of all time rank then? Are they little ticks above it?
Yeah.
It's like, no. They gotta be like full points above.
Yeah, so it's either ignorance or it's corruption. Yeah. Like, either you're trying to pander to somebody, and you have a blue check mark, or you're corrupt. Like, well, I really like Nicole Kidman. I want every movie I talk about her to be a 9 and above. Or it's, I don't like being wrong here. I'm gonna make sure it's a 9 because I said it's gonna be good. It's like, that means you're a bitch.
Yeah. Alright, that is it.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you feel like. Always comment. Especially if you disagree. That'd be beautiful. Please. Free smoke. And as always, give this video a giant pep boy thumbs down.
Say you wanna get in, and then you wanna get out. When you get the money to buy yourself a castle, how will you wear your leisure? You zipper back and front on the fence together. Weekends in 11.